Hi everyone, it's Kelsey from the blog Westman Academy, and in today's video I'm going to be taking you through my family's winter routine. So I actually have a whole designated blog post going into more depth and detail on our winter routine for our family, especially on the homeschool side. And that might be where you're watching this video, but if not, I will link it down below and you can check it out there. Before we jump into the video of what we do, I wanted to kind of go through how I plan. So at some point the week before, I plan the entire week for the following week. So I wasn't doing this before. This is a New Year's resolution, if you will say. But I wanted to really try and stick to a strict schedule, especially with my children, on meals and learning and making sure that everything I want to accomplish with them gets done. So on my website, you can find this free daily planner. It has weeks broken up from Sunday to Wednesday, and then there's Sunday through Tuesday and Wednesday through Saturday. And then I also have just your 2023 calendar as well. So I don't do a ton with the calendar. I mainly mark events, special occasions, birthdays, and then appointments, but there's so much room on the weekly pages that everything that I need to look at for that week can just be placed there, so I don't have to go back and forth. So I mainly use the calendar if I want an overview month of what's happening in the month, but otherwise I just stick to the page that I'm on for the weekly calendar. So the weekly pages are really nice because I tried to include everything that you would need to keep track of your week. So you can write the week of, your appointments, key focuses. For me, my key focuses are the 3 things that I want out for the week for you guys for sharing our homeschool and homemaking journey. So from scratch cooking, a video on homemaking or a blog post on homemaking, and on homeschool. So those are the 3 things I try to get out, whether it be a video or a blog post. So my 3 key focuses are the winter routine, this video right now, and the blog post, strawberry oat crumble, and a French style apron. So whether or not you see those things next week, you will know that I went off course. Then we have a to-do checklist, prayers. So what prayer intentions you want, and then a box to check off that you did that prayer or prayed that prayer for each day of the week. And then weekly notes, which again, I use more for my, I don't want to say business side, my creative homeschool, homemaking website side. So then in the next pages, well, I guess the next 2 columns, you just have your week laid out. Everything's in 30-minute increments. I have the top 3 must-dos. Sunday is blank because there's not anything that specifically I want to do. I just want to spend time with my family, go to church, do our Bible classes, all those things. So I don't really plan for Sunday or Saturday, but you can if you want to. So you can see that my Monday is fairly full. I started at 6:30 and I'm ending at 8 o'clock when it's the kids' bedtime. Now I could sit there and write in the things that my husband and I are going to do because we kind of have our own routine, but I don't really want to waste time when I know what I'm going to be doing. So I wanted this schedule to be more of something to keep me accountable, for my husband to know what we were doing today so that he can keep me accountable. He's not really the type of person who's like, well, what did you do today? What did you get done? But I need him to ask me so that I stay accountable to what I want and my goals. So most of our days look about the same. I change a few things, which is usually from 1 to 3, and that's what I'm working on. So how I have my schedule is at 6:30, wake up and do my Bible time. I am reading currently from the Word on Fire Bible. I'm going through the Gospels again. So I bounce back and forth between pretty much the letters, the New Testament, the Gospels. I don't get into the Old Testament as much, but that's neither here nor there. So the Word on Fire has 2 Bibles. It has the first one, which covers the Gospels, and then the second one that covers the rest of the New Testament. So I'm doing the Gospel one currently. It has Bishop Barron's commentary, which is awesome. It has historical writing and commentary as well that relates to the verses and the stories from the Bible. And it explains things in depth, has pictures and artwork that are also show representation of the part of the Bible that we just read. So the chapter per se. So this is going over Mark 16:19 through 20. And again, then there's just other information, poetry, just really interesting historical context and writings that relate to the gospel. And it's really good for me because I don't make the connections that a lot of these holier, smarter, greater people do. And so it's really nice to see those connections through the scripture, and then also just be able to see the artwork, which I'm not like an artsy person, so I'm not someone who's searching out artwork and trying to find, I don't know, art pieces that give me feels and vibes, but I do really like it. It helps my understanding of the gospel in of itself. So I do this, I drink coffee, I have my coffee over here. I'm a little bit late to the game today, which I'm trying not to be. And then for the rest of my planning, for my kiddos, we are starting book 2 of the Foundations in Education. Most of this video is just going to be us talking now, and then you watching how I do a lesson in book 2. So I tried to hit some homemaking, some homeschool. I know that sometimes you don't want both, maybe you want neither, but anyway, that's what this video is about. If you want more on the winter routine in of itself, the blog post might be a little bit better for you than this video. I'm kind of just doing an overall explaining what I'm doing and how I plan for the week, but I also wanted to add a whole day of how I teach from just one of these lessons. So when I did my planning, I wrote in the curriculum pages that I wanted to do. So right now we are going to be doing lesson 1. So before Christmas, we finished book 1 and then we took a break. So now we are on week 11. So we're a little bit, maybe a lot behind where I wanted to be, but I'm going my kids' speed. I'm going to try and pick it up a little bit, especially because I'm doing February, but I'm not too worried because where we leave off, we're just going to do next year. So this is how week 11 is laid out. It gives you the supply list, the book list, additional supplies that you will need, and your Fun Friday activity. And then every day has a lesson overview and checklist. So this just tells the teacher or the parent what they're going to be covering. So for today, what you will see in this video, we're going to be reading from the My First Hands-On Bible, and we're going to be playing a game called God Says. For social, emotional, and math, we are going to be practice sharing and counting, and focusing on halves. So what is a half? How do you make a half? How do we share a half? So for example, this says, have your child break a Kit Kat apart and count the pieces. Have your child share 2 pieces with you, a family member, friend, and keep 2 pieces. So our number of the week is 4. So we're really focusing on keeping that number throughout each lesson. So Kit Kat, break it up. They have 2, you have 2, equal pieces. You get where I'm going. Because my daughter has celiac disease, I'm not going to be using a Kit Kat. So please note that the Kit Kat would probably be a good choice, but I'm going to be using a Reese's bar because she can't have that. So discuss the importance of sharing. Talk about how sharing makes everyone feel, how sharing is a kind thing to do, how sharing keeps things fair. After they've shared, have your child decorate the number 4 using melted chocolate like paint. So that's what we're going to be doing here, and you will see that in the video. And then for literacy, language arts, and creative arts, they're going to be decorating the letter K, capital K, lowercase k. You can do collaging, paint, pencils, markers, crayons, Play-Doh, however you want to decorate the letter K. This is usually the first activity for literacy, language arts, and creative arts for once you introduce a new letter. So you're not always going to be decorating a letter or a number. This is just happens to be the first day, which kind of introduces your child to that letter and number. Stay back. Go lay down. For For science, we're going to be reading about how to fly a kite. I do not have a kite, so we will not be flying a kite, but there are activities. My kids are going to be gluing on the kite puzzles. And then what I did is I laminated this paper. This is just kite full of colors, and laminated and cut out these kites. And what I did is I Velcroed the backs to the front, and my kids are going to match the color of the kites using Velcro. I like to laminate any sort of activity like this because I want to be able to reuse it, and then once I have more kids, I don't have to prepare these pages. All of these types of activities will already be done and laminated. This really helps you to get the most out of the curriculum, the most out of your money spent, and that way your child can keep reusing it. If you're not feeling that, you can also just have your child glue on the appropriate color to the kite color page. And then you see that it goes on to lesson 2. So this is what we will be doing tomorrow. Anything that's highlighted in yellow shows that it's something that you need beforehand or need to prep. So it says cut out keys and locks. That's something that I need to prep beforehand. So what you would do for lesson 2, just going to show you really quick. They're going to color the manger scene. They're going to be taking tinfoil and creating a Hershey's Kiss. They're going to glue the tinfoil on, write their name up in the little ribbon, and then they're going to peel back the tinfoil, finding the K's. They're going to decorate this and paint this K using keys. So they're going to take keys, dip it into paint, and then color this K, paint this K, and then again, laminate the key locks, cut them out so that you can reuse them, and do the same with the keys, and they have to put the number of keys to match the lock. So again, I highly recommend that you take advantage, even if you bought the hard copy, even if you bought the digital, either way, laminate the pages, cut them out. I know that it takes some time, but it will be worth it. You're going to have to cut it out anyway so that they can glue it. So if you laminate it beforehand, it just makes everything easier, and then you can just keep reusing the activities. Really quickly, lesson 3 says cut out the Taking Turns booklet. There's lots of social stories in this curriculum, a lot of working on social and emotional development. So again, I laminate these, cut them out, the story, learning how to share, ask scenarios. What can you do if someone won't share a toy with you? Hit them, ask them to take turns, pout and run away, yell and cry. Gives your child the opportunity to do it for themselves, to answer how they think they should. Or what would the best option for them be? What would the best option for them be, sorry. So learning about kangaroos, more kangaroos, decorating a kangaroo and letter K. So this is just watching a video on kangaroos. Sorry, this is just kind of an idea of what is in book 2 and the activities that I have created for this curriculum. They're going to cut the number 4, again, staying with the theme of our number for the week is number 4. Then lesson 4, and it just keeps going. So although this looks like a big book, although it looks like it's just bookwork, it's not. And a lot of the bookwork in here, almost all of the bookwork in here, is hands-on. So they're either going to be coloring, cutting, drawing, painting, writing. It's not just sit, here's your pencil, go. It's very hands-on. A lot of manipulative use into the books. So a lot of 10 frames and things that your child uses on top of the workbook pages, if that makes sense. So if there's a 10 frame in here, you could use wooden circles, you could use M&Ms, you could use anything that you might need to make it hands-on and help them count. So I love manipulatives. I very much encourage it. I pretty much say use any manipulatives you have. Could be pom-poms, could be erasers, whatever it is. Use them to count, to mark, to create. You want your kids to be engaged and hands-on. So that is a look at Foundations in Education Book 2. This is still part of the preschool curriculum. Of course, your kindergartner can do it, of course, And even if they've taken kindergarten, it will be a really nice review. And I don't believe that this is too easy for kindergartners personally. So this is what we will be doing in the wintertime. I kind of showed you how I plan. At the bottom, I put the meals that we are going to have. So today we're going to have cheeseburger stew and homemade rolls. And in order to find my meals, pick my meals, I am using the 4-week meal plan. 4-week meal plan. That's just what it's called. So it's a book that I have of 28 recipes. I have the table of contents. I have each week a grocery list for you for 4 weeks, and then just recipes. And what I like about this is that everything has the opportunity to be 1, gluten-free because my daughter has celiac, and 2, from scratch. So I understand fully that some people wanted to just buy the things in the cans or the store-bought tortillas or the store-bought rolls, whatever it may be, store-bought noodles, sauces, and that's fine. This gives you the option and the opportunity and the ingredients and the steps to make everything from scratch. Homemade noodles, homemade rolls, homemade bread for French toast, sauces, beef broth, chicken broth. I love that you can make it your own. You can make everything from scratch and wholesome. You can make it organic, not organic. You know, you are in charge of the ingredients. I just give you the steps. And I try to make a variety of things for your whole entire family so that they could enjoy it, especially the kids, because I do not like when I get recipe books and you just flip through the pages and you're just so confused of what this even is, and you know that your children aren't going to eat it. So I wanted it to be wholesome, from scratch, and then also kid friendly. And then at the end, there is a spot where you can meal plan for the entire month. You could just do it week by week. That's what I do. But I just find what I need based off of the ingredients that I have, and then I will just write it down below so that I know what I'm going to be making for that day. So, sorry this is long. We're going to quickly just jump into the homeschool lesson, and then if you would like more information on my winter routine and planning, you can find that in the blog post at westmanacademyhomeschool.com. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and let's jump into the homeschool part. Okay, nope, other hand. Okay, you're gonna go Father,
Son.
nope, stay with me, Father,
Son.
Son, put it to your chest, Holy Spirit, amen. This is our letter of the week. What letter is this?
It's a tricky one.
It's a tricky one. This is letter K.
K.
K says cup. Cup, cup, cup. Don't, our candle's there. Kite.
Cut. Cut. Cut.
Cut. Kit Kat.
Kit Kat. What means I count?
Yeah, you can't have Kit Kats. We're making the letter K. And what we're going to do is make one long line down. Good. Make one long line down. Good. All right, we're going to jump down to the middle. You find the very middle of your line. Don't do anything. Did I say to do anything? We're going to do a karate kick up.
You can't do that.
Okay, ready? We're going to do a karate kick up. Back to the middle. And a karate kick down. Yeah, good one, Dad. All right, ready? Karate kick up. Back to the middle. Karate kick down. Good. All right. Erase, erase, erase. The colors of the kite. It says kite is a device that flies in the air and is attached to a string. But see, here, let's do the bottom one. Where are the bows of the kite? Let's do the bottom one first, Dad. Where's the blue bow? You're doing the vertical one. Where's the blue bow in your kite pictures? Okay, it's at the very end. Where's the blue bow? We are going to learn about the number. What number is this? What number is this?
4.
4.
4.
So,
Like we always learn about today.
yeah.
Let's find it in this picture.
All right, where's number 4 in that poster? Down and over, down some more. That's the way we make a 4. It's at the bottom. It's at the bottom where the numbers are.
4 right there.
You see it, Declan? Declan sees it.
Down some more.
Yeah.
That's the way we make a 4.
Good job. Okay, so we delicious. So we have these chocolates. Declan has, how many pieces of chocolate do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4. Fee, how many pieces of chocolate do you have?
1, 2, 4. 4.
How many pieces of chocolate do you have?
1, 2.
2. Now let's think. Phoenix has 2 pieces and Declan has 4 pieces. And if we broke Declan's pieces up, that did not break in half very well. Let me get 2 different ones. We'll use those
Mom, can I eat it?
No, we're learning first. Declan has 4 pieces. Phoenix only has 2 pieces. Declan, if we wanted to make it even, could you share with Phoenix? How can you show us how you share? How do you share? Wow! What do you say?
Thank you.
Now how many pieces do you have?
1, 2, 3.
3! Phoenix, how many pieces do you have?
1, 2, 3.
3! Is it fair?
No.
Is it even?
No.
Do you have 3 and she has 3? Do you both have 3 pieces? Yes, so it's even, it's fair. Now what if I came and I said, oh no, I don't have any chocolate. Can you practice sharing with me? You each gave me 1, and now how many do we have?
1, 2.
And Mom has 1, 2, so now is it fair?
No.
Remember, fair means that it's all even. It's equal. We all have the same amount. Do we all have the same amount?
Yeah.
Yes. Now what if I was a friend and I came up and I said, I want your chocolate. I want your chocolate. What's a good way we could respond?
Give it back.
Ooh, is that a good way to respond?
Yeah.
Going, Is that, ooh, I'm not giving it back. What could you do to
Can you please give it back?
Good, thank you for using your manners and asking nicely.
Please give it back.
Oh, thank you so much. What did we use? We used our manners and our words. Oh my, you already ate that piece? Okay, eat your 2 pieces of chocolate. The virgin will conceive a child. She will give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel, which means God is with us. When Joseph woke up, he did as the angel commanded and took Mary as his wife. So we're going to play a game, and it's similar to Simon Says. So let's practice. Spin around. No, both of you lose. I did not say God says. God says hop up and down. God says hop up and down. God says put your finger to your nose. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you learned something about my family's winter routine. Hopefully it gave you inspiration or ideas, something that you could implement. Please let me know something that you guys love to do in the wintertime, something that's super important and helpful for your family getting through the colder months and just getting your kids' energy out. I appreciate your support and I will see you in my next video.